I should not have. Frigging awful.
I'm Baba Shook.
Baba Shook! I hate everything right now. I'm kicking Josh out of my house. Momo, can you still hear us okay? Can you hear us? Oh, wait. I was like, it got real quiet.
Girl, you killed her.
No, we ain't killed nobody.
I'm shocked. We have technical difficulties.
Jeff Davis is busy. What happened? We were so good. And you're hooked up to the speaker. Momo, say some stuff. Can you hear me? No? Why can't I hear you? What changed? Oh, I know what happened. Haha. This happens every time. Momo?
Yes?
Woo! There we go. Okay.
Did you mute me?
No, I was trying to, I was like, what happened?
What? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course not.
You assholes.
No, the speaker went to Bluetooth and it was just trying to connect all these places that I didn't tell it to. But it's
Have you lost weight, Stacey? You look skinnier.
Oh, girl.
Have you been eating okay?
No. Not at all.
You want me to feed you?
If only. I hear you've been doing some cooking.
I have. I took the initiative to actually cook more.
I'm very happy for you.
And
Good.
and guess what? I finally bought a slow cooker that I haven't used.
Yay.
But I bought it.
You get half
That's
a
what
way.
matters.
Half a yay is for you. All right.
What do you mean half a yay?
You
That's
get
a full
half
yay.
a yay. Jocelyn is here giving the deets, and I am living. How terrible friends were, especially, and how awful he was towards Shelly. Oopsie. Oh no, he definitely
can I
went
just say
out.
something? I tried to watch the last 2 episodes, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening? Who are these people? This is a mess. Why are they
Absolute
saying?
hot mess.
Why is this happening? This hurts my eyes."
It was rough, I gotta admit.
Joshy,
Yes, dear.
is that a Granger button I see?
What? Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
I got my...
The other one says vagina.
Wait, why do you have something that says vagina on it?
Why not? Look.
Because I'm one of the bad girls, damn it. I have to have a vagina.
I love it!
It's necessary.
You got a wand! You got a wand!
I'm so
I'm so
excited.
sorry. Rob's like, what is happening? And
It was awesome. And I did at Universal, you can do these little spells and then stuff happens, and it happened and it was awesome.
when did you guys go to Universal? Or when did you go?
I just got back from LA it's been a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, for the premiere.
Yeah, but we literally did everything. And I got to see hey Bashful, hey Mip Shinny, hey Zoe. You guys were on Spreaker. So,
Yeah, by the way, I wanted to call in for the speaker thing, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. I literally, I was just on the chat, because I was like, I don't know how to call in, so I'm just going to chat with people.
yeah, I'm about to say, you can change it to, I'm about to post the link, and it'll be on my Twitter, but if you open it on my Twitter, it might autoplay, so shut that off.
Oh, okay.
BHAD live cast, reunion cast, team.
So Josh, how's the marriage? How's it? You're newlywed, so
You're a little bit behind.
You're a little late on that one.
We're gonna have to catch up on that a little later.
About that marriage.
About that.
Some things have changed.
Yeah. But he's got a lovely boyfriend now.
Wait, what? You're not married anymore?
No.
See, what had happened was...
You see, what had happened was he is a whore. And he is what do we call
the
bipolar.
Oh.
And his Mania was too much for me.
Young,
so
dumb, and full.
We had to get that divorce, but I kept the name.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, I better say, keep that name forever. That's called The Spoils.
I feel so behind now.
The Spoils of War.
Girl, it's been all over my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I check Facebook like once a month. First of all, you need to message me instead. I check my Facebook like once a month.
I don't check Facebook, but I saw
maybe
it.
twice a month.
I remember, because I always find the best times to scroll on Facebook. I have a gift where whenever something is going down, that's the one time out of the year that I will log onto Facebook, and I'll be like, oh, what is happening?
That never happens with me. I always get on there when people are like posting their family life and shit like that, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Right, I don't want to see kids. I don't want to see none of that nonsense.
With Josh, I always see him posting pictures of himself, so I just say, you look so cute. Or like, stuff like that. So I miss all the action.
No, I always get my favorite Facebook drama ever to this day was this guy. He was like, oh, you want to act like you want to ignore me in real life? Well, let's take this online. If you don't come and talk to me in 5 minutes, I'm about to release all your business, and I'm going to send it to your grandmother who still thinks you're straight. And so we were like, no.
What?
And he literally did a countdown. He was like, you got 3 minutes. You got 2 minutes. You got 1 minute. People were like, oh, what is happening?
I needed that in my life.
4, 3, 2, put all his business out there. And he was like, man, why you gotta do this? Why you keep playing games? I was like, oh.
These petty games.
They do not play. And I ain't mad at him. I was like, well, I mean.
That is 30 to 100, though.
Yeah, it was great. But, I mean, he deserved it because he was like, he had gotten married and then had a kid just so he could get inheritance from his grandmother. So then he was telling his grandmother that was his, like his butler, like his houseboy.
Oh, honey, whenever someone has a houseboy, it's not just, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we know about that one. I mean, I don't know about that one, but, I hear stories. I hear some stories.
That is funny.
Oh my god. That is a mess. Already that's a mess.
Jocelyn says hi. She is at New York Comic Con and she is getting some dates, y'all. So I'll have to share that with y'all when I get a chance.
Yeah, I remember her posting on Twitter that she was going to be going.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, don't act a fool. But act a fool. What is this? What is this crap I'm looking at? I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay.
I tried to look at an episode summary of this last season because I was not going to be bothered to watch that nonsense.
Yeah.
And it is just a mess. It is a disaster from beginning to end.
It was rough. First of all, okay.
How did you do it, Stacey? How did you go through that? Because I don't.
Didn't. She's like, about that.
I told people straight out, I said I slogged through 6A. And even 6A, we watched 3 episodes. And we made sure that each of those episodes had Styles in them. So it was the first one. It was the first one. It was 605. And then it was the last one, 610. And after that, I was like, if they can't be bothered to care, then I can't be bothered to care. And so,
I'm going to be honest, I actually didn't even remember what happened at the end of 5B, and I know I watched it. And I literally was just like, did I watch any of 6A? I don't think I did, so no. I don't think I...
Real. The last episode, the last episode I watched, I believe newcomer Sheriff Hottie McHopkins was naked. That's the last episode I watched.
I'm mad you said newcomer.
When wasn't he naked, though?
The first time he was naked.
I'm about to say.
Okay.
Because he didn't get naked till season 4, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was all burnt up. I know he came out the fire, and I was like, And
they were trying it with Marish, and I was just like, y'all, no one cares about this.
But I did not.
Don't make me think about Marish ever again.
And it's so sad that Marish was the better option. Marish ended up being the better option, no matter how crazy the rest of it. Oh, God, and the Stydias are having a fit. And then, okay, so what I love about it is Holland Roden is not here for Stydia, and Dylan O'Brien just doesn't care. So Holland keeps being like, well, you know, we're happy for the fans, and we're happy that you're happy, but we, you know, the actors, it's just kind of part of the job, and so we don't really get into it as much. And then recently they cornered her at New York Comic Con. They're like, oh, we're huge fans of Stydia. Where do you think they are now? And she's like, they probably have some kids and they're running a detective agency, or she said a spy agency or something. But she was just like, I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
And they were like, oh my God, confirmed, Stydia has kids. She got pregnant. They're together. And I was like, Stydia's, y'all need to calm down.
Right.
Because at this last convention she was at, they asked her if she read fan fiction and what fan fiction she read. And she was like, Steric. And I was like, yes.
Oh, Lord.
She said she and Max would trade Rex. And I was like, girl, stop dating all these gay guys. But also, she loved it. She kept saying like, oh, we love Steric, and then she tried to be cute and be like, the reason Steric is written the way it is on the show is because of the fans and fan fiction, but she kind of tripped over herself. But then Tyler Hoechlin, and y'all didn't know about this, Tyler Hoechlin was like, I don't understand why people think we don't like Steric, and I was like, about that, about that, boo. But then he kept talking, and he said, he was like,
never a good idea.
Right. Well, in this case, it was okay. Because he was like, if I've ever done anything to offend you guys, I'm sorry, and I apologize. And he was like, yeah, and I heard that someone made a comment during an interview that, and like, purely, like, and he was one of the cast members who was ill-informed, incredibly ill-informed, may have said some offensive things about Steric, and so for that I apologize too. And people were like, what?
Hey, Posey, here's this bus.
I know, exactly. Why don't you just go lay down? Why don't you just go lay down right there? Goom, 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 goom.
Lord.
But I was here for it because really Posey had thrown him under the bus originally because the question was to him, and then he hijacked the question and then made them have to. And it was funny because it was a Holland Hoechlin panel, and they were both there when it happened. So and Holland was just there like nodding, like I love it, I love it.
It's the most uncomfortable stool.
No, ever. That's why I was like, well. We have a little, it's like a little thing, but it's still more comfortable. Unless you want to do that.
Lord.
But oh my God. Okay, so first off, welcome everybody. Beacon Hills After Dark, Sunday edition. It's the reunion squad. We were trying to get Meg back on, but she had to work, so I said we'll do it next time.
Jobs are dumb. Right?
Jobs are so dumb. But otherwise, hey Momo, say hi.
Hey.
Yay! And Joshy, say hi, Josh.
Hey girl, hey.
Yay! Oh my God, the original
The twins are back in the fold.
I know. I'm thinking about doing it because the completionist in me wants to do season 1-2 podcasts because we don't have them. And I was like, I wouldn't mind doing like a rewatch the way we kind of did 3A, where we just kind of like watched a bunch of one chunked and then talked nonsense about it.
I would be okay with that because that's actually the decent seasons, even though they were kind of messy.
Exactly.
Plus, I can always hear Jackson say, I'm everybody's type. So, you know.
Biting into that apple.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
I love
the only reason to watch the show.
I love how much Colton Haynes has leaned into like the I'm gay thing.
His gayness. Like, he's just embraced his gayness.
He is leaning all the way in.
And he just doesn't care anymore.
Which I am happy for him in that regard. Now I just need him to nudge his brother in to the other side of the closet and then just boot him out of it.
I'll be real, I'm definitely watching AHS. just for Colton Haynes being as gay as possible.
Well, I heard he was, and then Billy Eichner was his partner or boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Oh my god.
It's a mess.
Oh my god.
And I love
Wait,
Billy.
they're on
Billy's amazing.
American Horror Story?
Like, Billy on Just Kill People is me.
Exactly. But yeah, I really wanted to see that. But him and Hecklin are filming this movie called Bigger, where I know, right? This is what I'm talking about. Hecklin doesn't even have to try. He's playing a bodybuilder.
Oh, of course.
But
of course.
It's before, I think it's after the bodybuilding part when he's building this conglomeracy of like health and fitness and that kind of stuff. And then Colton Haynes is playing Jack LaLanne.
Oh, God.
Tell me that's not the most amazing thing.
I hate it already.
Colton Haynes is Jack LaLanne. Come on. Set it and forget it. That's not Jack LaLanne, but I feel like he would do that. I feel like he's gonna do it. I am so here for it, and I can absolutely not wait.
You know what? I'm gonna watch it and then trash it, but still love it at the same time.
Basically, I said that will get me in the theater before 50 Shades. If we're doing real talk, Tyler Hecklin.
That's very true. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, Deep Ends, is you figure out how much the rewatch will be interesting because we let a lot of stuff go in the name of it being like a plucky, fun show. Mm-hmm. And so now it's like, now we're kind of to the point where it's like, this is just awful all around. And there's some things that they did really good, but they're so few and far between. Did you see the bridal theory scene for Steric?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my god. Here, I got it.
Of course you got it.
Natch.
I just, I don't know. I compare it to, like, early seasons of the Doctor Who revival,
Mm-hmm.
where they introduced a lot of really good ideas, and then all of a sudden the showrunner changed. And they're like, fuck those ideas. I got new ideas. Except there weren't a lot of showrunner changes in Teen Wolf.
Exactly. There were none.
So, like, we don't have an excuse. We don't have something to blame it on.
Well, we do and we don't. The weird thing is, there wasn't a lot of showrunner changes. What there was a lot of MTV changes. And so it's like, to an extent, that's why I always feel that 3B, especially when it comes to adding in Shelley, completely changing their storylines. And I feel like Jeff is trying to, like, low-key release stuff that's happened, because I feel like that was completely out of his control, and he tried to rebel against it, and it ended up backfiring against him. Because recently in an article, he was like, oh, the one scene I wish I could do was Styles and his mom at the Eichen house. And we're like, you chose to do a ridiculous sex scene that the only reason you confirmed it was a sex scene was to be petty towards people who were like, are you sure this was a sex scene? And they're like, yeah, definitely. And Dylan is like, oh no, it's just a make-out scene. And then everyone else is like, oh no, it's sexy. He's like, messy.
I mean, MTV has never been known for their exceptional storytelling in general. You know,
I think he just got too hoity, and then they were like, oh, you thought you were cute. How about we don't let you do anything?
But I mean, at the same time, MTV has never been music television either. So I don't think that they as a network know what they are. Or
at
what
all.
their niche is.
And whoever
I can agree with that.
Whoever this last president is just loves all of Jeff and is just deep inside his anus. But I'm like, that's only going to last till they get rid of you, which should be anytime soon.
There's a good chance that he probably loves Jeff Davis because Jeff probably provides him either coke or some type of good times.
He saves some money. Because you can tell he has produced this season on nothing. All these clips are lightened. Like, the only way that you can see them. Here, wait, I'm trying to find... Where's... Because, of course, the Steric one got 5,000 notes. Actually, it's a little bit longer than I thought, so I'll show it to you a little bit later. But it's super great. And then Jackson ran. That was the fun part. Is so Stydia's got their kiss at the end of 6A. Still a little bit fuzzy of whether they were like boyfriend or girlfriend. He comes back into the picture, and the first thing they do is argue, but it's not even like relationship argue. It's like, I can't believe none of you guys told me what was going on. And she's like, we had reasons, very good reasons. And that was the first that they had seen each other, and that was like the only way that they interacted. And then we get the stair scene. So the Stydias are just angry. Lydia sees Jackson, and then this happens.
Jackson? Styles. Jackson? Already covered that.
That is the happiest we've ever seen Lydia.
Okay, not too close. Watch the hands. Okay, alright.
They really just played up that whole plaid thing, didn't they?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You did that. Jackson?
See, and people thought that he was talking about Styles, but he was talking about the other thing. Well, I was just like, you guys are idiots. And so now they're like, oh, she's pregnant and she's having babies. And I was like, y'all are doing the most for a ship that does not matter.
Right? Don't nobody care about it. Ain't nobody
including
going
the
down
actors.
with it.
Exactly.
People are bailing on the ship left and right.
Oh,
this
I love
is the
it.
Titanic.
I love it. So good. And then Scott clawed his eyes out.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
In which Scott is a reflection of the fans, or?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
I did not know what to say when I saw it. I was just like, is this turned into torture porn? Is this like, what is happening with this show that they really have someone clawing their eyes out?
Torture porn.
Well, exactly. We know about your German dungeon porn.
You know what?
But she's like,
we didn't have to go there.
That's better produced. At the very least, that's better produced.
Okay, we didn't have to go there.
All right.
Okay.
This
some of us like the things that we like, and some of us don't like the things.
This is the this is going to be mostly music to you guys, and I apologize, but I need Josh as the makeup artist, production designer extraordinaire to see the special effects that happen.
Turn away, Josh. Turn away.
Scott is gouging out his eyes.
That's not what?
But wait, it gets better. And by better, I mean absolutely worse.
What?
You can clearly see his eyelids.
They couldn't even be bothered to like Photoshop, do like some post-processing. Like, this is clearly like they just slapped on some black cover-up.
This
like,
is their final
there's not
episode.
even any latex involved. Like, there aren't even practical effects. This is what?
It is the final episode of the series, and I cannot believe that that's what they chose. I was just like, you guys. And then we got like 30 seconds of Dark Style, so that was super fun. And then, and then, of course, because I hate her.
Scott, what happened to your eyes?
I had to. I'm sorry. Scott, you have to heal.
You can see his eyelashes.
This much longer, the damage is going to be permanent. Come on, Scott, concentrate. I'm trying. It's not working. I can't focus.
Hey, look at me. Yes, you can. Just
look
concentrate.
At me? Look at me? Did you just say look at me?
Scott, please just look at me.
She said it twice. And then look, she's like looking at him, and he does not turn.
Kiss him. What? Scott, what happened to your eyes?
I'm sorry. I can't.
It's so bad. And then you could tell they were either feeding Tyler Hoechlin his lines, because he's just like, Scott, you have to heal. If you don't do it much longer than line. Mib Shinny says, I love that scene. It's the absolute worst. It's so bad. Oh, this show is awful.
Can I just have a question really quick? So, I'm confused. If Peter, like, what happened to Peter?
Peter turned to stone really kind of early, but then when Styles brought in the mountain ash, then it broke everybody out of the stone, including Derek first, but and
I was just so confused by all of this. I was just like, I don't know what's happening with any of the storylines.
They didn't even put Peter or Theo into the pack. Like,
I know.
They were literally
Peter were like the best things that happened to this show.
Honestly, exactly. Peter and fake Peter Jr. Because we all know that Jackson should have been Peter Jr. And
I know.
They brought in Theo, and Theo should have been. Theo was another character where they could have done so much. With
so much potential.
And they just dropped him like a bad habit.
They literally had the person who could have taken Peter's place in Theo with all of that. And he was the alpha. I'm sorry. He was more of an alpha than Scott.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I still recall that. I was just like, I needed that all up in my story.
That's what I said. He had team building. He had discipline. He encouraged his mates. They hung out together all the time.
I know, right? He actually knew their names.
He knew their names. Oh, God.
That's the thing. How the hell are you going to have a pack and you don't even know all your people's names? You don't notice when they're missing.
Yeah,
how do you not know when your own pack is
Derek
missing?
Was missing for 3 months, and Scott was like, huh?
I'm still mad about this.
There's just so much, and they were so... I was like, this was so unnecessary. If you were just going to phone it in, then what was the point? And so, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess justification, like some of the justified part was the fact that Scott caught his eyes out for me, but I mean...
That was pretty funny.
Then they messed... Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm going like all over the place, but then they were like, oh, Jackson's a Kanama.
No,
I was like, the Kanama thing was not a part, like, I was like, it was a what? He's not a Kanama anymore. He's literally a werewolf. That's it. Like, why do they bring that back?
And then...
Do they not know their own story? Do they, like...
Then they played up the tail and his eyes, but then he didn't have, like, a poisonous tail. Like, exactly. He was strangling people with it. He wasn't actually paralyzed. So I was like, what's the point of this if you're not going to have the paralytic, the poison in it? And I said...
The entire thing that made him scary in his season.
And you know that they just 100% forgot. That's all it was. Evidently, Dean was in the season, which I didn't realize.
Wait, what?
He was in the season. Evidently, he was like in one episode, looking all stressed and under duress like he usually does. Trying to pay off them DUI tickets. When he was trying to hightail it out of there. Megan Tandy online acting a mess. And I'm still like, I know that there was a point where she had come back specifically to film. And I'm like, God dang it, I want to know what happened.
I heard she was saying that she was told at the last minute that she wasn't going to be filming, or she got the set or some shit like that. And she didn't film. And I was like, that's messy. I'm like, that's the other thing. I was just like, you only have a black... I'm sorry. You know how I am about my people of color on this show?
Mm-hmm.
I try to stand for whoever I can, but I'm just like, Jeff screws so many over. I'm just like, first of all, you introduce a new black character and make her evil automatically. Why? Then on top of that, I'm like, you have other black people. Are they even alive?
Exactly.
Where are they? Did Dean finally pack up his bag and be like, I'm out of this bitch? I don't know. What happened?
Well, so then they got, okay, so do you watch Black Sails?
No. Okay, people keep telling me I should watch Black Sails, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's so good. I haven't watched the final season yet, just because I'm like, it's going to make me sad that it's gone, but I think that they have done a fantastic job with it. But at one point, they get to this island that's basically made up of, like, former slaves and that kind of thing. And the daughter on there was actually on this last season of Teen Wolf playing Monroe. I don't know what happens with Teen Wolf that it gives you the inability to act or do anything competently, because she was awful. And there's one point in the finale where she's like, she's like, what happened? Somebody report in. What happened? And then Liam picks up the thing and he's like, you lost. And she takes the thing and she goes, oh, and throws it away on the ground. And I was just like, what? I was like, and she had these bags in her eyes. You could tell she was tired because, Teen Wolf stayed doing night shoots. And so it was just like, what?
Well, that's all they can afford, honestly. And they need to cover up how bad the show is. So they think filming at night makes it creepier. And they're like, oh, well, people won't make these mistakes.
Well, the final episode with the 2-year flash forward had so much green screen. And I was like, could you guys really not find some place to shoot this? I was like, not at all. It was just, it was rough. And then, Posey was on his bike, and I was like, ooh, none of that is real. It was the same one where, remember when they took Kira to the desert?
Oh.
And I'm like, y'all couldn't go on location at all? And they were like, no, we did not.
Is Kira still alive?
They ain't said that heifer's name, which was hilarious because they made darn sure to see that Styles would be okay with Scott and Malia. But no one said hi nor hair about Kira, who Scott is supposedly still with.
I know. I was gonna say. I was like, cause I was like, first of all, you had actually a decent female character in Kira that you could have had so much potential with, and again, they still fucked up. And they just, I knew they were gonna just move Malia more and more into the spotlight. I just knew it. I was like, I saw it coming, just because they wanted her so bad. Like she wanted to be so badly the lead actress.
Kira's only appearance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Kira's only appearance in season 6 is in a flashback.
In which episode?
Really?
Peter Hale's flashback of how he escaped Eichenhaus.
Oh.
It is in...
I think even that was 6A.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Of season 6.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is the only time she appears in season 6.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's so disheartening because then people are trying to be like, because she of course didn't tweet during the finale. She finally did a tweet that was like, thank you to all the fans who gave me support and blah, blah, blah.
Gave me support. That gave us support.
Yes. And then that was about it. And people are like, is it just me or do I kind of feel like she's being petty? And I was like, she deserves to be any and all the petty. I was like, she was made a lot of promises and they reneged on it. She don't have to lick their tails and pretend like she likes being treated like dirt. And that's what we're talking about with Shelley. I was like, the problem with Shelley is that people were so clamoring for a new Allison that Shelley didn't even fit the mold, but she was there. And so they were
that's the thing, because she was nothing like Allison. I wasn't always the biggest fan of Allison, but damn it, if we could have Allison back, I would totally I would have asked for Allison 100 times over. Compared to what we got with Shelley.
That's the problem is that because of course they made Malia Hale and then they tried to make her like a female Styles, but then that still didn't work. And then someone was like, I like Stalia because of their chemistry because Dylan and Shelley are really good friends. And so
what
that
chemistry did they see? What chemistry?
And I said sibling chemistry because they look like brother and sister who didn't really like each other, but were forced to be brother and sister. Ugh, I swear, it's a mess. Hot mess. Yeah. Oh, so then Peter just kind of ran away. Oh God, poor Hales. Evidently, Derek is now in the pack, and I'm like, Derek, if you don't leave this city and take Styles with you, because they had this fast forward 2 years and they all met in this junkyard,
of course,
and then they all got out of their cars and started walking somewhere. And literally the question heard around the world was, where are you guys going? Where are you going? And then Micah on DM Wolfcast, he was like, oh yeah, they're just going to the Applebee's.
Right,
half price steps after 9.
$1 margaritas. What is happening?
It was so funny because Styles and Lydia were walking beside each other. Lydia and Malia and Scott were walking by each other, and they had They were holding hands, had their arms around each other. Styles and Lydia were walking by each other. He pocketed his hands twice just so he wouldn't have to touch her. And she like looked everywhere but him. And they were like, oh my God, it's so sweet. They're walking by each other. And I was like, y'all are doing too much. The most. It was a lot. And also very, very little.
I don't understand what the hell I watched.
It's so disheartening. Are you watching, oh, so yeah, back to Monroe, where you have, okay, yay, black female character, which is far in between, but she's got to have this nefarious kind of thing. And
exactly, and that's the thing. We've already had this thing happen over and over again, where the people of color, especially the black characters, they always make it seem like they are suspect, and I get tired of it as a fucking black watcher.
Oh,
like,
God, it's so annoying.
And I'm like, they don't have it's
Well,
you know what? What happened to this damn woman that was writing for the show who kept saying, at least they have roles? Like, no, bitch. You need to learn how to write one.
And she's the main one. I was so happy when she called her last day on Teen Wolf. I was like, yes, finally. Between her and Will Wallace.
Oh, God.
And then we found out that so much was changed during 3B to basically accommodate the new direction, the new storylines. And I'm just like, but there's also this weird push for Shelley where they're trying to make her the new it girl, which of course infuriates me to no end. But in Teen Wolf, they're like, oh, the original cast, and you know, oh, I've been with Teen Wolf since the beginning, and I'm just like, no, you haven't. No, and you never will.
I can see on Josh's face that he's just like, I'm so happy I left this mess.
Right? Because I just spent like the last 5 minutes on like the Teen Wolf wiki.
Oh my God, guys.
That's what I'm doing. Josh, that's what I'm on too.
And I was like, what is this nonsense?
Oh my God, Shelley in that yellow dress promo. That thing is going to go in history, in the fandom legends. I know it's somewhere, and it's probably under yellow dress. It's tagged on my...
I am literally looking up, because I'm looking up what happened with Parrish, and I'm just like, this is all a mess.
Oh, so that was it. So Styles comes back. We get no scenes between him and Sheriff. The last we see of Sheriff, he's
Wait. They didn't even put him with his own daddy?
Nope. I know. And then his last scene is in the hospital with Papa McCall and Parrish. Parrish somehow knows how to concentrate his heat because he zoomed his heat, and then the bad guys were holding guns, and it heated up the guns, so the guns turned orange, and then they went, oh, and he dropped them to the floor. It was so bad. And that's what I'm just like, you got, like, if they would have kept this to a fun little schlocky show like that, then it's like, I'm here for that. You can give me that. But don't pretend that, like, oh, we're so deep and we're so knowledgeable and we're all about the mythology and the canon and you should take us seriously.
Stacey, we established in the 3rd or 4th season they had no Bible for this show. They didn't know what the mythology was. They didn't know how to run a show. We talked about all of this. We talked about how they're probably, like, you know, sacrificing babies to some elder god out there.
What are you watching?
Sorry. Her goodbye.
Oh, I refuse.
Oh, what a mess.
What are you watching?
Thinks she's so funny. And I'm just like...
What are you watching?
Shelley Hennig saying her goodbye to Teen Wolf or whatever. But, she, like, they're trying to market her now as the funny girl. And she said, Jeff lets me improvise, but he always looks at me and he says, just you. And I'm just like, oh, good.
You know what's funny? Her fucking ugly face. That's what's funny.
Well.
I'm so mean. Please, I'm so...
She'll be alright. That's why I said I'm not given, like, she's one of those people that, like, went to, there was this country bar that she goes to all of the time. And I was like, how much y'all want to bet there's a gigantic Confederate flag somewhere in this bar?
Oh, Lord.
And, of course, on the wall, there is a gigantic Confederate flag on the bar. Well, she had her birthday party there. And that was the one that MTV threw for her, that she tried to act like, oh, this is just my birthday. But you could tell it was really, like, MTV, because she celebrated her actual birthday later with other people. And Dylan had made an appearance, and people were like, oh, they're friends. And I said, this was a work gig. Quit playing.
Right.
But, he showed up because he needed to get that check.
Exactly. And so,
contractually obligated.
He was contractually obligated, because they made sure to get a picture with... That's why I was mad about Posey showing up at the premiere. Not necessarily showing up at the premiere. He can do that. But he made sure to get pictures with just him and Dylan. And then he had 3 articles. One on Just Jared. One on MTV. And one somewhere else. Of, oh, Tyler Posey goes to support his friend. Check out Tyler Posey this season on... Jane the Virgin. And I was just like, Tyler Posey, you're awful and I hate you. But I don't hate him. He's just awful. But so anyhow, people were like, oh, no, it's fine because they took down the Confederate flag. And I said, they just took it down. I was like, that hell was going there.
Because the thing is that obviously this bar has been there for a moment. And they had a damn flag up there, and people look frequently because they thought it was cute. No.
Exactly.
Because, and you know what? Shelly needs to be fucking thrown up on a damn, like, you know, fire pierce or whatever, and be burnt alive being underneath that damn flag, too.
Well,
she knew what the fuck it was.
When you went to the Yelp, one of the very first reviews was, I'm not that offended by the flag, and by the Confederate flag there, and I was like, and this is why. I was like, I refuse. So y'all can say whatever you want about Shelly Hennig. That heifer is purest of Southern trash. You're like, oh, she's from New Orleans. No, she's from Louisiana, and she's from the
exactly. And second of all, don't act like you can't be racist as hell in Louisiana, no matter where you are, especially even in New Orleans. Like, don't play. My family's from Louisiana. Like, we can talk about that.
Lol, messy. So
I'm like, don't make me have to daggone if I ever meet her. So my daggone.
Let's hope that is not a thing.
I'll be a nice person. That's not going to be. I won't do anything.
Oh, I don't know. I probably wouldn't recognize her if I passed her on the street because she's so.
I probably would. She's basic.
She's very basic and she's very slight, and so I feel like I would miss her completely. But if I ever did, I would probably have to cross the street just to be like, I don't even want to have to start anything. I just don't. Ugh, bleg. Are you watching Riverdale, Momo?
So I haven't watched Riverdale either.
You're wrong. What are you doing with your life?
It seems every single person is just like, how dare you not watch this show?
Exactly.
It's so fun. Archie is
someone was
such
like,
boy.
oh, the kid from the Disney show is really hot, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him.
He's cute.
I
love Bughead. I live for Bughead.
Let us review my previous tweets.
Oh, Mo, here we go.
I would drink Cole Sprouse's bathwater.
Oh my god! It's
Dylan,
really the hair.
At Dylan Sprouse can come too.
Yeah.
They are pretty. Wait, when did you write these? Can I retweet this?
These are.
I have someone has recently liked this tweet. In fact,
I recapped it on
the 23rd of May is when I posted it.
Nice.
I would drink Cole Sprouse bathwater. Dylan Sprouse can come too.
Oh my god.
I understand that. I just saw his new pictures that he just did, the ones that he did for Chef 17 magazine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, every single one of these he's too young.
You know what I saw? I saw his nude pics that had leaked.
That's right. Was that him though? I thought it was Dylan.
There's nude pictures.
It was like it's all the same.
They're twins.
They're twins.
Who the fuck cares? Twins, Basil.
They're identical. No one cares, really. Wait,
twins.
Josh.
What?
Where did you see these pictures and send me a link?
Oh, jeez. Cole Sprouse nudes on Google. I guarantee they're like, oh, no, they were the Dylan Sprouse nudes. But
still.
Who the fuck cares?
Did you see Cody Christian's? His second set? Hashtag twice. Did you see the first ones? Oh, look at him.
Any cute?
We get half shaft and it's still super cute.
Oh.
She's a young volcano said, Josh, he is a baby. No one told him to be that tall. Hashtag twice. But I recapped the last part of the last season for Terrence, and then we did a season end podcast. I feel like I probably won't do the written recaps, but I might do a podcast here or there, like every other week for Riverdale. So if you start watching, let me know and we'll add it. I really enjoy Riverdale. I love the.
It's like a murder mystery, right?
Yeah, it's like if werewolves showed up on Riverdale, I would not be surprised.
Oh yeah, not at all.
Just say that.
And I fully expect Sabrina the Teenage Witch to show up.
At any moment. Exactly.
Played by Melissa Joan Hart.
I was going to say that. I was going to say only Melissa Joan Hart can do that, because like if anything else, like I would not. I can't. I need her. Because werewolves. If a werewolf showed up there, I need it to be a werewolf that's actually good.
Let's just bring in Alcide. We'll get him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Right.
So it's so funny because I watched Magic Mike with my mom. It was her first time watching it, and I was like, I'm literally just watching for certain people, and I said Alcide is one of them.
I love him. I love him so much, but he cannot dance. He can't
dance for shit
at all. He's just so stiff. You're like, baby, and I was like, that's why. Are him and Sophia still together?
I don't think they are, but I'm not sure.
I keep hearing rumors, but it's like the big room, like on tabloids. So I'm like, I need y'all to work this out because he loved him some of her. So I'm like, what happened?
So many couples have been breaking up recently, so it's kind of hard to tell.
But you know who was evidently still going strong? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
I
know. Like, first of all, if anyone was going to bring a black girl into the royal palace, it was going to be Prince Harry. So I was waiting for some sort of pregnancy announcement to pop up and some little nappy-headed baby.
You know, she's the first that he's ever taken to like a public, major event.
Like, it's huge.
And she was actually at the reception for the wedding.
Yes.
So
I was like, all right, Harry and Meghan, I'm here for it. I love it.
And I knew it was more serious, too. The moment that when Windsor actually sends out the official notice to leave her alone, I was like, oh, let's make a waves.
Because, Lord, they were coming out the woodwork with hate. But she was like, natural hair, don't care. She was like, and Harry's like, I was going to do some terrible accent. I was just going to, I don't even know. Which
actor were you about to do?
I don't even know. It was something very David Bowie-esque. Something that Prince Harry does not sound like in any way, shape, or form.
He won't sound like him at all.
I need Prince William to go bald. Just go bald.
He just needs to shave it off.
Listen.
Well, see, the thing with Prince William, Prince William is just like his father.
He is the future king.
He is so
of this
fine.
nation.
He needs to be bald. If Jason Statham can go bald, Prince Harry can go bald because they got the same shaped head. But he got them pretty eyes. Yes. No.
Okay. Here's my thing.
He is losing out.
Stacey, he's just like his daddy. He is hanging on to those last bits of hair. He just needs to shave it off.
He just needs to shave it off and grow a beard. Yeah. Give me a little bit of stubble. Yes.
What is this, man?
Yes. Tell me, y'all, I am right.
Stacey is a mess right now.
I am right. And don't y'all ever.
I'm just seeing him in The Crown with like a lumberjack beard.
I am here for it.
with a big old ginger lumberjack beard.
On a bike.
Being a mess.
On a motorbike.
But I feel like Kate Middleton would be into it.
Having all them dang babies. They're like Prince, what's her name?
Middleton.
Cara.
It's
Kate. There we go.
I said Kate Middleton.
That's a different show.
Exactly. Yes, Kate. They were like, "Oh, she's pregnant again." I said, "Oh no, she already had that baby." They're like, "Oh no, she's pregnant again."
Perfect. It looks like a woolly willy.
Right? Exactly. Oh my god.
Fantastic.
I can't deal.
But see, this is the thing, Stacey, is that Kate Middleton would be down for the beard. I feel. I think she would be down for all that.
Kate Middleton is down for whatever. That heifer is set for life.
Yeah,
she ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going to damn
right.
place.
He'd be like, "Baby, I want to dye my hair purple." Okay, boo, I got you. Like, there's this new wax I saw on Instagram. Let me order some.
Right.
Like,
Tastes new version of a ride or die.
And that's why I feel like, oh man, I'm just waiting for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to pop out some babies.
Oh my god, they would be the most loved and most hated at the same time.
I would love that. Y'all would not be. I'd be like, I will defend these babies. Dim babies. Whatever.
Joshy,
a whole other thing.
Thank you.
I said, we're everywhere, hoes. We're everywhere.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh, I love it. I
don't even care which twin this is.
I love it.
Bless.
Y'all leave Megan Tandy alone. We weren't even talking about her. Posey is a ooh my. Woo! Yes. Dang.
I have a question.
Made me wrong?
Did the twin do this when he was in college? What is happening with that he is in a bathroom?
Yeah.
He used to have been the fat one. And then he became the not fat one no more.
Yeah.
And he was...
Well...
Yeah.
He might be fat somewhere else now.
Right.
Right?
The half chub. Posey problems. All right.
That is hilarious.
So, what else is going on? I'm so behind in everything. I had to shut off the news for a while. So I have Trump blocked and muted on Twitter.
Wait a second. You finally did it? You finally blocked and muted him?
I've been had him blocked and muted.
No, because I remember when I had logged into the Beacon House, like, what the hell are we following this man? And you're like, we have to.
No, we did. I never said that. We were following him very briefly because we were following POTUS. And then they switched over POTUS and all that nonsense. Because then I had everybody in my inbox, Dylan is following Trump. And I'm like, Dylan is not following Trump.
He is following at POTUS.
Exactly. And there's a huge difference.
There's a huge difference because people can follow that one all they want.
But he's also following, he also likes every single tweet that's like F Trump and Trump sucks and I'm a super liberal. Just like all this other crap. So I'm like, well, ookie dookie. But, no, Prince William, I was doing them a favor.
I was just saying, the future might affect Dylan in some ways if he ever comes out.
I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know what's going to happen in Dylan's future. I will say his mom sent me a very lovely message on Instagram, and she was super lovely. It was super cute.
Aww.
And, she is. No, you mean me. I'm special too. Actually, it was a long, well, it's not really long, it's just stupid. But
stupid.
We were going to do something very Stanny for the premiere. Well, I should say I was going to do something very Stanny for the premiere. And I was going to run it by her because plans for the premiere changed. And so I was like, we want to do this, but I'm not sure with the change if it's going to work. So I said, you don't really have to reply to this, but if you see me or whatever, then know, like, that's who I am. And this is what I'm doing, so it doesn't, like, freak anyone out or whatever. And then we ended up instead donating funds to the Red Cross, like, in his name. And then I put a whole thing on my Instagram. And so I had to message her again and be like, oh, the thing we were going to do, we didn't do. So never mind.
So we did this thing.
Yeah, we did this other thing instead.
In VM.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's so sweet that you wanted to do this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm glad that you did this and da-da-da-da. And it was really cute. And I was like, but of course it was like a week after I got back home. And she was like, I don't really know how to Instagram. And I was like, oh. So it was really cute. I was like, oh, what a sweetheart. Oh God, Snapchat. Jeez, that girl is trash. Oh, so Tyler Posey's app. Tyler Posey has an app.
I'm sorry, what?
I know.
Wait, did you say app or app?
Forgot. App. He is but he has an app. It's $5 a month.
Okay.
No.
Evidently.
What is this exclusive content
and
that we are his Patreons for?
So evidently everybody gets the exclusive content, but if you pay $5 a month, then you become like a super subscriber, and then he sees you and he can interact with you. And I said, Posey is never going to do this. I was like, we're going to get one good month of Posey promoting his new band, and then he will never pick up the app ever again.
This is not Twitch.tv.
Thank you.
Like, this is not Patreon. He's not
like,
a YouTube gamer
how
trying to make...
dare you?
Like, no, this is a mess.
I said, what is happening in your world, Tyler Posey?
Tyler Posey, I will mail you a $5 bill.
Yeah, just to not do this.
Right? Like, I will mail you a $5 bill to stop pretending like you want to do this.
Because he does not. He can never follow through with anything. And so I'm just like, how? Tyler, why do you think this is a good idea? I said, the Doot wipes, was that not as lucrative as you thought it was going to be? Right. I'm just like, oh my God. I could not believe that. Would you pay to see Posey being messy and peeing? Sadly,
what?
A lot of them will. Because that's what he's going to do. He's going to take it in the bathroom and be like, here's a picture of my dick. And the sad thing is,
I want to see that.
I want a picture of Tyler Posey's dick. I will just follow everyone on Snapchat.
It's on the internet.
I'm certain somebody has Snapchatted.
Oh, him
Tyler
slapping
Posey
his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure this has been a thing.
I think I have it on my phone somewhere.
It's like, actually.
Right? Ryan Kelly, Posey, and Cody Christian. God dang you, Cody Christian.
Oh, Lord.
Get your life right. Here, I'll take the bowl. Actually, okay, you guys be entertaining real quick. I'm going to grab something more to drink. Are you good?
I'm good for now, thank you. Unless you have vodka, in which case...
I do. I whip vodka.
It is too early to be drinking some vodka.
It is 3:30 in the afternoon. It is 4:30 in the afternoon there. The bars
It's
are
too
open.
early.
The bars are open. The liquor is flowing. It is a perfectly acceptable time to drink.
Oh my God. Just because a bar's open doesn't mean you have to drink, okay? And also, I haven't drank in a moment. Like, Tracy, I will say, Stacey used to have me trashed or close to because she just constantly had me drinking when I was at her house. So
Yes.
I don't
I
do that stuff anymore. I'm so innocent now.
I failed to see the problem.
Is your boyfriend still in the room? Is that why you're saying these lies?
Right?
He is in the room and he will back this talk.
What?
I hope.
This is just straight vodka. Are you good?
Is that Smirnoff? What is it?
Rocks. I got some rocks.
Rock?
Oh, vodka that tastes like whipped cream. It's magic.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. She used to mix that into drinks all the time. It was really delicious.
And when I make my Wicked apple cider, and it literally has like half a bottle of vodka and half a bottle of rum.
Girl, this party that I'm
Where is the cider then? If it's half and half of alcohol, where's the actual cider?
It was in there, and some butter, and some cloves and some cinnamon. Dang, even Ms. Zixa got you. She said, did Momo just say she's innocent? Why you lying, girl?
Right? Like, come on.
Well, don't make me get up on that site and tell people that I am... Don't you drink your whatever is in there.
This is iced tea, thank you very much. And I didn't even put rum in it this time.
I am. Look, don't make me get on speaker and have to talk to these damn people. And explain to them that my innocence will not be...
'Cause we are born innocent, except for Momo. She's scandalous, not innocent.
She's trifling.
Wait, you called me trifling?
Literally, your Twitter handle is Dark Momo Speak. Like, come through, girl.
Everyone knows that Dark Momo Speak was given to me by
true.
2 lovely fans, George, who disappeared, and we have no clue where he is right now.
He came back for like a hot second. He had a job in construction and a boyfriend, and then he disappeared again. I was like, what?
Well, maybe his boyfriend is giving him the D, and it's really good,
right?
so,
no,
you know.
Like, I'm going to tell you now. My boyfriend comes rolling up, and he's like, okay, we going. Bye.
He's like, we got to go. We got
to go home.
The boyfriend trumps everything.
Oh my god. Why do people...
Especially when Teen Wolf is involved.
I know. But it's not really about Teen Wolf, because we really haven't talked that much about it. It's more about us just being messy.
I know, we've been really...
This is the reunion cast. We're doing a reunion. Teen Wolf. That show... So disappointing.
Every time I think about it, I get more and more sad.
Yeah.
And I go back and I used to see how I used to stand for this fucking show.
Exactly.
I used to be all about this fucking show.
Loved it.
And it was born of fucking Michael J. Fox.
Right?
I know, and that's the reason I kind of watched it. I was like, oh. Well, also because Stacey was like, you have to watch the show.
Exactly. It was so great. It was so great in the beginning. And then, whew.
I mean, it wasn't the best in the beginning. Let's real talk. It wasn't the best in the beginning, but it was doable.
No, I think at the point where we were, it was. I think at the point that when we saw it, it had so much potential. And it had the potential to be a fantastic show. And then it was just like, we're just gonna throw that by the wayside. And that's exactly what they did. And I was just like, I can't take it. Oh, what time is your boyfriend supposed to be?
Oh, whatever.
Okay. I have to work at 5.
Shopping.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He does
we're gonna be shutting down pretty soon. We still got a little bit, but yeah.
I was trying to click onto my thingy, but I can't do it. So.
And I still love following Colton's career, and I love, of course, Dylan. Have you seen American Assassin yet?
Yes.
I loved it.
It was amazing.
So much better than I thought it would be, because I was not interested when it first came out. But then when I was watching, I was like, Mitch is kind of a dick. He's a little crazy. He's a little crazy. Yeah.
I still haven't watched it yet.
Well, it makes me so it does make me mad. But it makes me stand mad, but it makes me regular person perturbed.
It makes me regular person perturbed. It makes me reasonable human being, just like kind of.
Exactly. But when people have written these reviews, they're like, "Oh, he's trying to be the next Bourne," and I'm like, "He's clearly not the next Bourne." Like,
isn't it like its own book series though? So it's totally separate.
Exactly. And so they were like, Oh, look, he's being spurred on by the death of his fiancée, and you don't even get the feeling that he cares about patriotism. And I was like, because he doesn't.
Yeah,
he's avenging the death of his fiancée, and that's it. I was like, I don't think people always
understand exactly what certain things are trying to tell them, certain movies or certain types of stories.
They get so lost in the tropiness.
They get lost in the word American.
Exactly. They get lost in the whole trope behind it, that they forget that there are nuances to that. That this isn't the story of, oh, I love America and I gotta protect her just like I couldn't protect my fiance. No, he becomes this because his fiance got shot right in front of him. He hunts down the dude who got him and wants to kill him. The rest is just gravy. He tells him, he was like, there's a reason I did this without you.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't care about the rest of this.
I'm
A, B, and C.
I'm here to cause problems.
Right? And he was like, y'all over here with DEF. And I'm like, C, though. C. And so, but then of course he grows, and that's kind of the journey that we want to see, but that's the journey that we see throughout the sequels. And so it's like, on top of that, it's just a fun kind of poppy thing, but Dylan looks so good. And he has this one where he like slips inside this window all stealthy like, and I'm like, yes. And then you slip inside. No. So anyhow, Momo's not paying attention.
I was trying to find us online so I can give a comment or two.
So I'm really
That's an important thing, though. But so yeah.
I was trying to talk to the fans, Stacey. I was trying to talk to the fans, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm really bad with this digital stuff.
But now Hecklin's gonna have his movie. Evidently, he has some TV thing coming up, but he was real quick.
Wait. Is Hecklin still on Supergirl?
I don't watch that either. I don't know if he's gonna be back or what. Honestly,
I haven't seen Supergirl in a minute.
And that's fine, because Supergirl was acting a hot mess at SDCC.
For a while, it was the Glee reunion tour.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It really was.
Exactly what it was.
And I was not feeling it. Except Grant Gustin. I will stand for Grant Gustin until the day I die.
So here's
me and Josh are on the same page, because Grant Gustin is still in my heart. I love him on The Flash. He's amazing.
You've always loved Grant Gustin, and here's I used to hate Grant Gustin. I
know, and it made me so mad.
Ever since his character on Glee said, "I met the love of my life here at this bar," and Kurt Hummel says, "Oh, are you guys still together?" He's like, "No, I lost track of him about 10 minutes later."
Yes, I do remember that.
That was the birth of Kurt Hummel's "You Smell Like Craigslist." Which is like the best fucking like
insult ever.
Yeah.
That's
God
amazing.
Bless Ryan Murphy for being like, we need to slip in a Craigslist reference
every now and again. That's fantastic.
Every now and then Ryan Murphy does something that's actually good in the world, but most of the time he sucks.
Well, and that's the thing about Ryan Murphy though, is he can get away with it because when he's good, he's great.
Right?
But when
he can get away with Freak Show because Hotel.
Exactly. Because even his dumpster fires are at least entertaining to watch. And the thing about Jeff Davis is like his dumpster fires, you will get burned.
Like, and I'm afraid. I have fear when I see Jeff Davis dumpster fires.
Because what was Colton Haynes was like, oh, so glad we have people like Jeff Davis and Ryan Murphy. Who was the third person that he listed? And I was like,
probably
Colton.
Stephen Moffat.
It wasn't Stephen Moffat. You know Colton Haynes don't know who Stephen Moffat is. He's like, what?
But he wants to know who Stephen Moffat is.
Exactly. I know it wasn't Bryan Singer because that would be too funny.
That'd be too much.
Who? How come all the stuff?
Food Network. Wait, Ann Burrell.
All this stuff came out about Harvey Weinstein. And I was like, oh my God, Harvey Fierstein, no. I got so worried. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I know. Come here, honey.
Got Harvey Fierstein.
Come to my trailer, honey.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
You'll have to
I hate you guys to listen to
can we talk about your room right quick?
Greg Berlanti. Yes.
Oh, Greg Berlanti.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
can we talk about
room.
how, like, the only piece of furniture you have in your room is this exquisite
gigantic
bed? Y'all should see it. It is a dorm room disaster.
Really?
Like Walmart $5 mirror leaned against the wall.
Yes!
This rickety ass desk that she got from like
Hey Needle.
Look at you. You got it from work. You a mess. Like
that is a mess, Stacey. It's a mess.
Inside of a hamper.
But because they go on the bed. I was so reading.
Why aren't they on the bed?
But my bed is exquisite.
But the bed is
love
fantastic.
This bed.
I'm living for this bed.
It's so good.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, because I was kind of in between. Like, I don't really want to put down roots because I have so much stuff in storage. But then I'm also like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Yeah. So I was like, do I buy some stuff and try to, make do? And I was like, at the very least, I need a dresser. Because the dresser is everywhere. Oh my God, look at that. Man.
Wait, now you're going to open your closet now?
I'm going to open my closet. Look at this.
Girl.
Girl.
We need to have a conversation.
But it is organized.
We need to have a conversation.
But it is packed to the gills. Man, I'm telling you, Nebraska.
Oh, goodness.
Nebraska.
He literally just said everything I wanted to say. So.
Yeah, Momo saw a little corner.
Oh no! I saw inside.
I know, right? That's a little corner of the closet.
Oh, bless.
But yeah, it was Greg Berlanti, which is another reason that I love. I do love Riverdale, and I really enjoyed it. It's so much fun, and Greg Berlanti produces it. And Greg Berlanti has always low key wanted Steric for himself, and so you see him putting in these little things like. In Riverdale, the sheriff's son is gay, and his name is Kevin, and he's dating a biker dude from the wrong side of the tracks named Joaquin, and I'm like, you ain't cute, Greg Berlanti.
Like, that is the best, slight at Steric I've ever heard.
I love it.
And you know what's going to happen? He's probably going to write it the right way.
Well, so far they've been doing okay, because I think he's coming back. Well,
wait, no, who isn't there? Who isn't there?
Playing him, and we know it.
But
they say
but
on
it's
screen.
Catching feelings.
They say on screen, this boy actually likes me, and I'm playing him. Like, quote, verbatim.
But he said that to Ski. To Ski, Lord. To FP. And so I'm like, he could be like, I ain't got feelings, I'm hard. When we know he got that little soft inside.
Listen, this is not a Mickey Ian situation.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Me too.
I just,
girl.
I didn't even watch season 7.
You ain't met his little trans boyfriend?
What?
You ain't met Ian's trans boyfriend?
No. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta catch up now. God dang you, Shameless. Why do you keep doing this to me?
Ian is medicated. He has a little trans boyfriend who works with the homeless.
Mickey.
It is magical. Fuck Mickey. Mickey a
sweetheart. Mickey
was in that class.
Mickey shows up. Mickey escapes from prison. Shows up and tries to get Ian to come to Mexico with him.
It was gorgeous.
And Ian is like, here your bag, boo, bye.
No, but he took him to the bridge.
Yup.
And Mickey did not care. Mickey had on the wig, had on the makeup, had his face beat. I was like, all right, girl, let's go. And I was like, oh, and then Ian was like,
deuces. Bye.
I'm just gonna, I think I left something back.
I need to go visit my black boyfriend.
Yeah.
Get dick bigger.
Oh my God. And then Mickey was just like, and then he went across the border.
Bye, bitch.
He's like, see you when I see you.
I heard the Galovich was all over the place, and this is a lot more messy than I thought it would be.
It's so messy.
We got a trans boyfriend now. We got Mickey in prison.
God dang you. Oh, I love it.
I started rewatching Shameless since, you were pretty much the reason I started to watch it.
Right.
And I'm only on, I think I'm on season 4 or 5. I'm still way behind.
I feel like...
Get on that Netflix game.
Yeah. I feel like... Because with Shameless...
Netflix was down for a second because I had bills to pay.
Right?
You need to get yourself a better boyfriend.
Get on that family plan.
Helping a lot, actually.
But no, Shameless for me is I'll watch 2 episodes, 2 seasons, and then I'll say I'm never watching this show again.
No.
It is too much. It is too much drama. I can't stand it. So then I don't watch it, and then I watch 3 seasons in a row, and I'm like, God dang you, Shameless. And I said, I'm never watching this again. I can't stand it. It's too much drama. I don't and now I'm going to watch the rest.
That's how I was with T-Wolf.
Ooh,
I was like,
yeah.
I was not about that once every week episode nonsense. I would binge watch the entire like A and B.
Well,
and
that's...
then I would want to slip my wrists.
Right? Exactly.
I would do one podcast with y'all.
And he'd be like,
And I'm like,
And that's the thing about Riverdale right now. The reason I like it is because I don't want to get too invested because I don't want the Teen Wolf thing again. Like, Teen Wolf has literally burned me to that extent.
But you should have learned that from Glee, though. You should have learned from Glee that you needed to burn the bridges with fandoms.
No, Jeff Davis burn is the burn that does not go away. It is reoccurring. There is no ointment for that Jeff Davis burn. Ryan Kelly burn, you'll be all right. Did I say Ryan Kelly? Ryan Murphy burn.
You've been Ryan Kelly on your mind. Have you been hanging out at parking lots?
Oh my God, parking with
Have you
Parrish.
been hanging out in parking lots with him?
Parking with Parrish. My friend waxed him. But anyhow.
What? Wait, what?
Don't worry
he
about
waxed
that.
him?
Don't worry.
Your friend waxed him?
So, anywho. But yeah, and so right now I feel like I'm going to give Riverdale a good half a season where I watch it, I interact, I just see what happens, and then I'll decide how far I want to jump in with it. But freaking KJ Apa, that dude, there was this workout video where he was like, just like, he was like being a personal trainer to the guy, and he kept like touching him and like, I don't know, all around his midsection and his tatties and whatnot. And he was like, you want to build these up? And I was like, yes, you do, KJ Apple. Okay, with your Kool-Aid red hair, which I live for. And I don't care what y'all say. I'm here for it. I love every shade.
Something about that, but never mind. I'll just stay quiet.
I love every shade of Ronald McDonald red that they put his hair through, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for any unnatural ginger.
Yes!
I'm down for it. I'm here for it. I'm there. I subscribe to this content. I pay
So,
for this.
just so people know, Joshy, when he said down, he literally pointed down.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
He literally pointed down as
I'm here.
Right?
And I'm doing the prayer.
Oh my God.
He really needs. Oh God.
In other news, my birthday present this Wednesday is premiere of season 2 of Riverdale.
Yes, yep, it's this week.
And I'm here for it.
And I got the night off, and I am super excited. I'm just
so people know, Joshy's birthday is this week. My birthday is this week.
My birthday is on Wednesday. I'm turning 25, just like the last 7 years.
Ooh, I'm about to say, wait a minute.
Mine's this Friday, and I'm also turning 25, and it's going to be fabulous between the both of us.
Now, we need to talk about this new math, because while I'm currently on, I was talking to a friend of mine, because I said, how come it is with women where you can be 29 until the day you turn 30? It will be a minute before you turn 30, you will be 29. But the second a woman hits 35, suddenly they're 40 to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Who approved this? No, I'm not 40. They're like, well, you're almost... No, don't you ever. What? I was like, I'll kill everybody in here. Y'all don't know me.
I will be 25 until I stop going to see Dr. Joel Schlesinger.
Yes!
And I start getting wrinkles.
Wait, is that Laura's husband? Right, he's like, don't worry about it.
Dr. Joel Schlesinger out of Aesthetic Surgical Imaging.
Ooh.
Out by Oakview Mall.
You got that good insurance.
It's all of that.
No.
Give all that information out.
Job.
Oh.
That's what my nostrils is different sizes is.
Oh, don't you hit the but looks cute from the front?
Yeah, okay, that's what matters.
Right.
They fucked up my nose job, so I get free injections for life.
Oh, that's what's up.
I just show up once every 6 weeks. I'm like, my lips need a little bit of plumping, girl.
I be like, I'm Josh Malfoy. I'm like, don't worry about it.
I
like,
need
gender is
plastic.
a construct. Okay.
No. Josh comes in and says, I need that Malfoy special right here. A Malfoy special. Just hit me up with it.
Oh my God. I love it. Oh, Milky's birthday is this week too. Speaking of which, shout out to Milky. And she knows why, because something happened and we are getting this girl's gonna get taken down. And it's only a matter of time. So I want you to know, Milky, that we are here for you and we are watching, and I'm just waiting to pounce because it's gonna happen. And it might be the thing that gets me kicked off, but it will be worth it because whoo, me and her.
I want to know. Give me the details. Milky, send it my way.
I'll tell you later, but she knows what's up. Oh, Scruffy, your birthday was last week. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, I was super depressed last week.
It's all these details. This is amazing.
Yeah. All this October, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Dang it, April. So yeah, they're exactly 6 months apart. April and October. Is that a thing? Yes, and I'm April. So we're sister months.
Y'all trying. Y'all trying too hard.
I'm like, we gonna reach. We gonna reach.
We gonna grasp the straws till one of them comes
up. Oh, happy birthday, Scruffy. Happy birthday to ya. And then we could get, when it's your Momo's birthday and Joshy's birthday, we'll do a happy birthday to ya. Don't you give no side eye. I see you. You realize there's a camera on you half foot.
Right? You look
like
I was looking at my cat. I had to call in. And I was going,
I was looking at my cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like that one time my boyfriend walked past but ass naked.
That was so good.
That was so funny when he walked past naked. That was hilarious. Let's be honest. That was still one of the greatest moments.
That's what I was going to do, and then I just forgot. We were going to do some...
You were going to walk by butt-ass naked?
Well, like, that. Hello. But, I was going to do the, the best podcast moment. Because one of my favorite episodes, and I think we were all here for it, was when Kimante was our guest. He was high AF. We all got super drunk. That was like the Forever and Jeggings when Meg was talking about jeans are so comfortable. And then we started...
her jeggings.
Yes. And we started arguing about Harry Potter and Scooby-Doo.
Yes. And this is why there was a section of the old drinking game.
Yes.
That was like, drink every time these bitches go off topic.
And, well, that's when we used to have extras. Yeah. So I was like, look at the thing. I was like, dang, we had a ton of extras. And I was like, we ain't never talked about this show. I love it.
I mean, we also have literally talked trash about another show so much we literally had a separate show just on Supernatural. Come on.
Exactly.
And it's still our highest rated episode ever.
Exactly. Oh my God. I love it. Although now I will say, so there's this girl named Nixlestia. Nixel.
Mr. Mitzelflick.
You call her Nicolas Cage and call it a day.
Which was a mess episode of Supergirl. BT dub.
Yeah.
But...
See, I only watch Supergirl here and there, but I feel like you can't introduce Superman. They need to just make it a Superman and Supergirl show.
No.
All together and just call it.
No, then all the feminists will
tell them we tried, y'all. We tried, but the world is
not
not
being
ready.
feminist anyway.
Listen, I'm just really happy that Callista Flockhart is healthy.
Oh God,
alive,
exactly.
And girl.
And some percentage of body fat.
Right?
That's
I'm
all
just
I
happy
ask.
that I can see her.
That's true. That's true. I am happy that she is still doing something. Well, isn't she with Harrison Ford or some old guy?
Oh yeah.
Also, she left the show for
she was
an indeterminate period of time.
And she's like, I'm good. And I'm like, all right, Callista, you better get them residues. But, so this girl named Nixlestia or whatever, she's utter and pure trash. She's a Scott stan, and she's one of those, if you like Steric, you're racist, and there's racism in the fandom, and Scott McCall is an outstanding Latino, and
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
What?
Wait. Does he even consider himself a Latino?
We off screen, sure.
Sure, okay.
And kind of on screen, maybe.
Maybe ish. No, never.
It's
never
nonsense. But she's just recently. So after the mass shooting, she decided to tell her story.
Okay, all right.
And she.
FYI, boyfriendo is waiting outside for me.
Oh, he's waiting outside? Okay, let me tell the story and then we'll wrap it up. So, she. Okay, so first of all, she's like, I was almost. I don't know anybody in fandom who has been as close to a mass shooting as I have. And I said, that's because you don't talk to anyone else in fandom, you talk at them. And so, of course, you're not going to experience other people. And so she was like, there was a mass shooting at my school, but I overslept. And if I had gone, then I probably would have been killed. And I was like, but it was on your camp. She never says it was in any of her classes or that she knew anyone that died. Just it was on her campus. And because she slept through it, she counts that as having been a survivor. And I'm like, I have lots of things to say about that particular thing. But she kept going. So after Newton, where the babies got all shut up, she went to Kink Meme on Reddit, I think it was, and asked for a prompt. And she wanted a hurt comfort prompt. Wanting a hurt comfort prompt is one thing. Wanting specifically smut and a hurt comfort, like a few days after a bunch of kids got gunned down, not the best timing. And I'm not here to like kink shame because I get that side of fandom. Yeah. I get that. I get, like there are people, rape victims who want to read, that kind of thing. I get that. Timing and understanding your audience and your atmosphere. Understand your environment. If all you do is basically talk trash about fandom and how much you hate them, and then you go and ask them to do this very specific thing for you at a very specific time, and then you get dragged for it, you should probably expect that.
You probably deserved it, bitch.
And exactly. So she draws this whole thing about fandom isn't a safe space anymore, and people are too scared to say what they feel.
Girl, this fandom was never a safe space.
But,
never.
But then also, it's a safe space when it's still a space. And it's still a space inhabited of people. And you have to understand that people are going to have reactions. And if you try to dictate those reactions, it's the same failings that the show has always had. You try to dictate the way that people ingest things, and then you get mad when it doesn't go your way. Because I was like, girl, I would have told you there is nothing about that was a good idea. I was like, I don't even know. And and then she was saying that Dylan O'Brien doesn't deserve people going to go see the Death Cure to support him because everybody on that cast should get the same support. But I was like,
what does that mean?
Why? Exactly. Yeah, why does that even mean? And then she wrote this thing, and this is how I knew she was just trolling. Like, she was just getting to the point where she just wanted people to start yelling at her. She wrote this thing, and she was like, actually, I'm going to read it, because it's so convoluted that I was just like, okay. Okay.
Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, Josh had to walk away for a second.
Okay.
He's putting his shoes on.
I was going to say, either way, that sounds like a mess.
So it has 2 notes, and I love that it only has 2 notes, because I was like, don't respond to this nonsense. Some days, I can't even blame straight guys for going no homo all the time, when I know so many people who consider 2 men so much as looking at each other to be queer baiting.
Queer baiting.
Kill yourself.
I was like,
I will go, I will be the one to go to jail for this. Right? Like, or suicide baiting. kill yourself.
Oh my god! I was like, what does that even mean?
There's a huge difference between queer baiting and no.
It's not queer baiting at all.
Say no homo because then people might be queer baiting them, and I said, I said we have to get away from thinking someone is gay as an insult.
Yeah,
we have to get away from that. And so anytime someone was like, oh, well, they thought I was gay. And? Are you? Okay. Well, actually, we can go ahead and wrap this up. We'll do good nights, and then we'll do the intros. Or the outros, or whatever. Anyhow, and this discontented winner did have a fantastic response. So you guys definitely go and check that out. But she's a mess. We are going to shut down. This was so much fun. We'll have to do it again. Momo, start watching Riverdale. It's on Netflix.
I will. I'll tell you if I start watching.
Okay, definitely do. And then we'll see if we can't get together again at some point and lust over Cole Sprouse and Lily Reinhart and Madeline Pesh and Matt Chin, Amick. And
I mean, like, I look at the pictures and they're all like gorgeous people, and I'm just like, do I care about Archie enough?
Yes.
No, but that's okay because Archie is the ultimate F-boy, and it's just so wonderful. Yes, and Val just puts him in his place. I love it. It's fantastic.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Say goodnight, Momo.
I'm going to quote Jackson for a second. I decided to drop some of the dead weight in my life, and you're about the deadest.
Dang! R.I.P. Teen Wolf. Say goodnight, Joshy.
Night.
Yay, good night, everybody. This will be up
when
we do it. So it's all good. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.